This is CBS.
In our news tonight, police say an estranged husband murdered his wife and shot 2 others before killing himself this morning in South Nashville. And Sunday will no longer be a day to cruise through Centennial Park. Those stories and more next on Eyewitness News.
Your Circle Buick dealers shoot the pants off the competition with a fresh new factory allocation of 85 Buick Centuries. While the supply is good, we're making deals on Century that have the competition running scared. See Richard Smith in Murfreesboro, Kane in Franklin, Parks in Columbia, Faulkner in Dixon, Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, Barber in Springfield, Baker in Gallatin, and Wilson County Motors in Lebanon. When it comes to Buick Century, your Circle Buick dealers knock the socks off high city prices.
We're your Circle Buick dealers. We've got Nashville surrounded.
Girls, Glidden and Kmart are having this contest where they're giving away one of these great dollhouses in every Kmart store. The grand prize, a real Curtis home with a sylvan pool, should get your parents to sign up. If that's not enough, tell your dad Kmart has all their Glidden paint on sale. Look, get him with the house and pool or get him with the paint. Get him to Kmart, because this baby's worth it.
You can't do better than Kmart.
From WTVF, Nashville, this is Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
A family quarrel leaves 2 people dead and 2 others wounded. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Watkins. Metro Police say a Wilson County man murdered his estranged wife, wounded his brother-in-law and sister-in-law, then turned the gun on himself. The man's name was Luke Marcus, and just last week he was charged in Wilson County with assaulting his wife. Les Hines has more on the story.
Luke Marcus and Amy Martin Marcus were married just last August. 4 months ago, Amy became pregnant with their first child. But today, they are statistics in a police file. Amy, apparently the victim of murder. Luke, apparently killed by his own hand. At the time of the shooting, Amy Martin Marcus had been living with her sister and brother-in-law, Wendy and Dana Morrow. Marcus's estranged husband, Luke Marcus, apparently arrived at this South Nashville home about 7 a.m. According to Metro Police, he shot his brother-in-law and sister-in-law, murdered his wife, then turned the gun on himself.
I think he was waiting, yes, for the door to open or her to come out or whatever, and then when Mr. Morrow got the newspaper, I guess he saw he could get in the house, and that's when he did.
Luke Marcus's car was recovered less than a mile from where the shooting occurred. Inside the car, police found several letters, wedding pictures, and a marriage license. This is apparently not the first time Luke Marcus has tried to harm his wife. Last week, he was charged with assault and battery in Wilson County and released on $2,500 bond. Metro Police say his wife, who was 4 months pregnant at the time, was hospitalized after being beaten in the stomach.
Apparently, her husband came in, shot him, and he ran out the door and ran next door to get some help, and apparently this gentleman went on in the bedroom and shot his wife, who is deceased here at the scene, and also Mr. Morrow's wife.
After the shooting began, police say Dana Morrow, wounded in the stomach, ran next door to call the police. He was met by his neighbor, John Lee.
He said his brother-in-law shot him and his wife, and so we ran over there, and I started to go over there, and he said, "You better not," said he may shoot you, and I guess talking about his brother-in-law. So I didn't go over there until the police got here, and then they got here and went through the house. The other 2 that they found in there were dead.
The Morrows were taken to General Hospital. Wendy is in stable condition. Dana was still in surgery by late afternoon, and their daughter, who apparently witnessed the shooting, escaped unharmed. Les Hines, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
A 27-year-old Nashville woman remains in critical condition today after being shot last night by her boyfriend just before he took his own life. Police say 21-year-old Benny Toller shot Julie Cope in the head with a .32 caliber pistol before using the gun to kill himself. Neighbors at the Northeast Nashville apartment building where the shooting occurred said they had heard the couple fighting earlier in the evening. Cope remains in intensive care at Memorial Hospital. A knife fight at a Nashville bar last night resulted in 4 people being stabbed. The fight erupted at the Camel Country Lounge on South 11th around 9:30. Seriously injured in the fight were Ernest Tosland, Orville Johnson, and Leon Glover. Tosland today is in serious condition, Glover in stable condition, and Johnson is now reported to be in good condition. All 3 are in General Hospital. A 4th man, Michael Mallory, who apparently tried to step in and stop the scuffle, received only minor injuries. An estimated 1,500 people were swept away by a tidal wave which hit the coast of Bangladesh today. A 10-foot wall of water hit the coast during a severe storm, and there are reports it completely wiped out a small island's entire population. Thousands more are reportedly missing, and at least 50,000 people are left homeless as a result of the storm. This is the worst storm to hit the country since 1970, when another tidal wave killed 300,000. If you like Nashville's Centennial Park but don't like the traffic there, take heart. Park officials think they have a solution. As Karen Hoyer tells us, that solution was started today, much to the chagrin of many avid cruisers.
3 weeks ago, when the urge to drive through Centennial Park began to rev up, congestion was a problem. It's not unusual for 1,000 cars to drive through on a warm, sunny Sunday afternoon. Not today, though. The park is beginning to lose its appeal to cruisers. Whoops, can't go there, or here, or here. Park officials have set up a dozen of these blockades throughout the central parts of the park.
I don't know if it had that big of an impact on the cruising, or if cruising's that big of a problem.
We ought to be able to drive through there. You know, it's kind of inconvenient when you want to go to the bathroom.
It doesn't seem right, you know, you want to get by and take a good look at the building and just drive on by, just relax a little bit. And you really can't do that. You have to park and get out, and it's not as convenient as it used to be.
It makes us take the long way around, and that would be a shortcut for us.
Perhaps the biggest problem with the blockades is that they cut off access to a lot of parking spaces. In fact, this entire parking lot is totally wasted for today. Some people are even parking in the grass. But the parks director says he'd rather deal with that than congestion.
It's going to allow the park itself to be utilized by people who want to have a picnic or throw a frisbee or whatever they might want to do. We think that it's worth losing that parking space to accommodate the people. And parking will be available on the fringes of the park.
So on a busy day, some picnic goers may have to walk a little farther than usual to get to a table or shady spot, but the goal is to turn the park back into a place to enjoy the sun and outdoor activities. If you find a way to get around a blockade, beware the park rangers. And if this system works well on Sundays, it may expand to Saturdays too. Karen Hoyer, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Memorial Day sale, Monday till midnight. It's Beeman's biggest one-day savings event of the year. Mammoth selection. Over 1,000 new Beeman Pontiacs, Toyota cars and trucks, Nissan Datsun cars and trucks, and Mitsubishi trucks. Mammoth savings. Over 1,000 prices discounted. Plus, get last chance 8.8% financing on any new Beeman Pontiac, Sunbird, or Nissan truck. Mammoth value. Buy or lease. You'll save big during the Mammoth Memorial Day sale at Beeman Pontiac, Toyota, Mitsubishi downtown, and Beeman Nissan Datsun in Madison.
Unbelievable! No more gimmicks. Over the years, Aquasleep World has been the major innovator in Nashville, always offering great sales on the best waterbeds and accessories. It's been fun, but you haven't seen anything yet. Aquasleep World now sells everything in the store wholesale direct to you every day. Prices permanently slashed on everything in the store, exclusively at Aquasleep World. Believe it.
South Central Bell three-way calling makes planning ahead a lot easier.
Gilbert? Hold on, I'm adding Fred.
You can talk with 2 friends at once.
He's headed your way, guys. Hurry over.
Without the huff and puff of calling back and forth for just $275 a month. And now save $23.50 with free connection on SCB custom calling services, including call forwarding. Call 1-800-233-1776.
It's for you.
Before May 31st. Hey, don't blow it.
A heavy turnout is expected for Tuesday's primary election in Kentucky, but some voters may be in for a rude surprise when they reach the polls. According to the State Board of Elections, an unusually high number of registered voters have recently switched parties. Officials believe it's because many candidates have gone outside party lines to recruit new supporters. The only problem is Kentucky law forbids those who change party affiliation between November and May from voting in the primary. Those who switch during this period will find themselves barred from entering the voting booths. Tonight we have a special report from the Missing Children Network. It tells about a successful search for 2 missing kids by a mother who used her tragic experience to help others. Janet Hicks had been searching for her 2 daughters for 7 years. Deborah and Kathleen Caruso had been taken by their father in November of 1977. On April 29th, a missing persons television special contained an interview with Janet, which showed sketches of what the girls might look like today. Soon after, the Missing Children Network received a call from a Kettering, Ohio school principal. With his information, police recovered the girls and arrested their father. 15-year-old Kathy told reporters how it happened.
I was late getting to the bus, and she was already on it, and then I got down, and he says, "You're Kathy and Debbie," and he said he'd like to talk to us, and I was so nervous, and he told us he's a detective, and he explained everything that happened, and he told us that she was going to come down here. I was so nervous.
For the past 7 years, the girls' father had told them that their mother was dead. During her ordeal, Janet Hicks formed the Illinois chapter of the Society for Young Victims so that she can help other parents find their missing children. In another success story, the Hide and Seek Foundation of Colorado reports the location and recovery of Melissa and Casey Beckman. A viewer of Missing Children Network affiliate KPNX-TV in Phoenix, Arizona, recognized the children on a Missing Children Network poster. Information received from a call to the hotline led to their recovery. But the search goes on for many other children. Missing from Riverview, Florida is 15-year-old Michael Lee Andrew Arnold. This picture was taken at age 6. Michael has brown hair, blue eyes, and a dimple on his chin. Sisters Dawn Mitchell and Amy Lynn Dopke were abducted August 17, 1984, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Older sister Dawn has blonde hair and blue eyes. She is 6 years old. Amy Lynn, age 5, also has blonde hair and blue eyes. Call the Missing Children Network at 1-800-235-3535 if you have seen Amy, Dawn, or Michael, or if you need help to locate a missing child. All calls are confidential upon request. This is a good time to remember a few basic guidelines to protect your child. Most importantly, of course, never leave your child unattended in a public place, not even for a few moments. Don't give a potential kidnapper a chance to take your youngster. Coming up next, Phil Stanley to talk about this great weekend right after this.
You've never seen a sale like Payne's annual Memorial Day sale. Save up to 70% throughout the store, Monday only, 9 to 5 at Payne's in Green Hills.
The time now through Monday. The place, Star Chrysler Plymouth. The event, our biggest Memorial Day weekend sell-a-thon ever. And tonight, till the last customer leaves, you'll find some of the biggest discounts of the year on over 350 cars and vans. We're doing whatever it takes to sell 150 by closing time Monday. Get the boss's book with every new test drive. Get 8.8% APR financing. And we'll guarantee your trade's worth at least $1,000 on any new 85 in stock. Call! But if the phones are busy, see us by closing time Monday at Star Chrysler Plymouth.
Whether you want to buy a house, build a house, or use the equity in the home you already own, you need to see Fidelity Federal. Fidelity has provided the opportunity for home ownership for almost 50 years. And now with Fidelity's equity check line, you may use the equity in your home as a continuous line of credit to use any way you like. To build, to buy, to use the equity in the home you have. See Fidelity Federal, your family financial center.
Hello, this is Phil Stanley.
What a beautiful day, huh?
Weekend so far. Tomorrow, the people are still waiting on tomorrow.
Well, we talked about yesterday, we need some rain, but Mother Nature, I think, is going to cooperate and keep it out maybe till Tuesday afternoon.
Going to be a good holiday?
Good holiday coming up. I'm having a good one so far. And another good day coming up tomorrow. Let's take a look at the high temperature this afternoon. 86 degrees. Looks like a little touch of summertime in here after an overnight low of 52. And so far, no rain in the past 24 hours. We're at 84 degrees right now, and that relative humidity is at 41%. Barometer's falling at 29.89, and we've got southerly winds at 12 miles an hour. Now we'll show you around the region the high temperatures this afternoon, and we pretty well have had some nice 80s and even a few 70s back over in the western portion of the eastern portion of the state. 77 in Crossville, a little computer area here. They should be 86 degrees. But look down in Memphis, they got up to 89 degrees today. We told you last night it should be near 90 degrees over in the western portion of the state. And what we've got is mostly clear skies and a slow-moving frontal system back to the north, and quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms continue along the Great Lakes and the northern plain states today as kind of an easterly, westerly type of layout of the frontal system continues. And here's the high temperatures, kind of a mixture between summertime in the south and springtime. Where that frontal system divides, you see temperatures back in the 50s and 60s back on the northern side of that front, where temperatures are very, very cool. And 91 degrees in Dallas-Fort Worth was a high temperature of those folks this afternoon. Here's the past 6 hours of the shower activity. Still a few showers continue off the southern coast of Florida this afternoon, but most of the activity has been right along this frontal system across the Great Lakes and into the Rocky Mountains. But a few showers, of course, also broken out right through the plain states down into Texas this afternoon. As a matter of fact, there's a possibility of severe weather right through this area all the way up until later on this evening from the eastern portion of Texas up into the Great Lakes. And there's a tornado watch in effect for the southeastern portion of Minnesota over into the southeastern portion of Wisconsin as well. This is until 9 o'clock this afternoon. One tornado already reported in the southern portion of Wisconsin this afternoon. Last 6 hours of satellite pictures. Look here in the south, all the way across from the south, the west, all the way over to the Atlantic coast, mostly clear skies. Most of the cloud cover continues along the northern tier of states where that frontal system continues to make its movement slowly to the east. And it'll begin to make a little drop finally into the Ohio Valley by tomorrow. And later on tomorrow afternoon, there could be a few thunderstorms in the extreme western portion of Kentucky. We expect mostly sunny skies to partly cloudy here tomorrow. Here's how the forecast map looks for tonight. Mostly clear, high pressure still dominating the weather for us. A little southerly flow as temperatures begin to warm up now. Kind of a summertime pattern with a high pressure over the southeast. Then tomorrow, little clouds can creep over into the Memphis area, into the extreme western portion of Kentucky. Might get some afternoon thunderstorms as this cold front begins to drift to the south. Also, an upper level disturbance begins to move across Arkansas into the Ohio Valley. So a little chance for thunderstorms for those. It looks like our chance for rain in the Nashville area won't come until at least Tuesday. Let's take a look at the forecast now. And she's like this tonight, fair with a low temperature of 60 degrees. And then for Memorial Day, partly cloudy at a high of 88 and a low of 65. Much like today. Partly cloudy on Tuesday with a chance of afternoon thundershowers, high of 85. And Jim, looks like a little summertime pattern coming in here. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the front will be close enough to cause a little convective activity. So we'll have a chance of scattered afternoon thundershowers with the high temperatures in the 80s. So
that convective activity will get you every time.
That's right. So nice day coming up tomorrow. Just in time. Looks like the calendar is working right out for us. A little chance of showers, which we need the rain beginning on Tuesday.
Terrific. Thank you, Phil.
Just like the script.
Back with more right after this.
We could.
I'm Bob McCracken for Town & Country Ford. This is the last chance we have to make our donation to the children of Children's Hospital the largest ever. We've already raised over $20,000 by setting aside a donation for every vehicle we sell, but we want to do even more. That's why we're offering 8.8 financing on all new Ford Escorts and Bronco 2s, saving you hundreds on finance charges alone. So come on out, get a great deal, and help us help the children.
At Town & Country Ford.
Finally, there's a car dealer that's easy to deal with.
It takes more than hot air to get a sale this big off the ground. It takes price. And at Waller Buick and Frank Davis Buick, we've priced our Buicks to make this sale a spectacular success. Front-wheel drive Skyhawks, Skylarks, and Centuries, plus Regal, LeSabres, Electras, and Rivieras. And get 8.8% financing on our newest Buick, Somerset Regal, during the spectacular sale going on now at Frank Davis Buick and Waller Buick, your Music City Buick dealers.
Have you looked at Allstate homeowners insurance rates lately?
Nope.
They may be lower than you think.
They are low.
Compare Allstate rates for old homes, new homes, even dream homes.
Bring your policy into Allstate and compare. See how low our rates really are.
Wow. They're low.
You're in good hands with Allstate. A member of the Sears Financial Network.
Big day in car racing. Big a car racing day as you'll ever want to see. What are we starting with?
A double-hitter sweep for Darrell Waltrip at Charlotte this weekend.
What a weekend for him.
Absolutely. All eyes were on Bill Elliott. Right. Over there, the $1 million bonus on the line. What a mistake.
Didn't happen.
Wrong person to be looking at over there. Bill Elliott's hoped-for $1 million weekend in Charlotte blew up. The man who was able to cash out was Darrell Waltrip. This man from Franklin, Tennessee, he won the Winston yesterday and today the World 600. A big turnaround for Darrell as he wins his first race for 1985. The Charlotte Motor Speedway saw some great drivers provide some great action. And watch Earnhardt put Waltrip on the dirt there with a lap bonus on the line, and Darrell didn't get that one, but here we see Bill Elliott looking for that $1 million bonus. All he found was trouble. Here early on he smokes, and his woes are in full gear. He wound up way back in the standings today. Here he tried to pit 3 times in a row without brakes. They finally did. Jeff Bodine made a bid early on for the lead, only to have that hot shot in car number 11 roar on by for the top spot. Then with 32 laps to go, Harry Gant had this sizable lead on Waltrip, as you can tell. But deja vu of yesterday's race. With time running out and gas, Waltrip finally got on the heels of Gant. With 9 laps to go, Gant had to pit for gas. It was a 3.5-second pit stop. It was a costly 3.5. Waltrip's strategy called for racing, not stopping. He drafted on Bobby Allison for the final few laps. That helped. And when it came for the checkered flag, Waltrip got the honors. He averaged over 141 miles an hour. And guess who ran out of gas at the finish line? You've got it. Waltrip did. So what? It was over, except for a big kiss from the lady who keeps track of the gas mileage, Stevie Waltrip, and a check for winning, $75,000 to be exact. Then comes that intriguing game of putting on the right hat. Darrell wants the butt hat on. Well, you take that one off, put the butt hat on, the World 600 off, and so it went at the World 600.